boys and girls, welcome back. My name is Miss Ryan, and today we're going to be doing and working on some math skills. All right, so I want you to turn on those thinking brains all the way up. You ready? Shh. Perfect. We are ready to go. So we are going to start first with number talks. This is a way that we can get our brains woken up and ready to solve some math problems. On the screen, you're going to see some pictures. I want you to take a moment of private think time and investigate. Here's our first one. How many do you see? How are you seeing them? Did you say 6? Great job. You might have seen 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, and 3 plus 3 makes 6. Awesome. All right, are you ready for the next one? All right, let's look at this one. How many do you see? How did you see them? If you said 6, you are one smart cookie. You did it again. You might have seen 2 at the top and 4 at the bottom. So we see 2 and 4 make 6. Awesome. All right, I have one more for you. Take a moment and look at this one. How many do you see? How did you see them? Right, there are 6. We had 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 plus 3 makes 6. Wow, boys and girls, you warmed up your math brain so well. Kiss it for me. Awesome. So now that our math brain is all warmed up, let's get started with our lesson. We have our learning target. So you're gonna repeat after me. You ready? Say, I can solve addition problems using objects, drawings, or equations. Great job. As we look at our clear learning target, I want us to think about that word addition. What does it mean? Yeah, addition means to put together, right? If we have a part and a part, we put it together to make a whole. Awesome job. Also in our clear learning target, we see the words objects. That might be math tools that you have. Maybe it might be some Legos or other toys to help you with counting. So it also says that we're going to use drawings and equations. So you might need a piece of paper or a pencil or a dry erase board and a marker. If you don't have those, you can always write it in the air. But let's get started with our problem. All right, I have some story problems that we're going to use, and you're going to get to take some private think time to solve. So listen closely. Here's the first one. If I have 5 red counters and 3 yellow counters, how many counters do I have in all? Take some private think time to solve. I'm going to read it again as you're working. I have 5 red counters and 3 yellow counters. How many counters do I have in all? As you're working, you might be thinking, what are my parts in my story? How can I represent them? What can I do to figure out how many in all? Well, let's do this together. First, we're going to represent it with objects. So I'm going to be using my 2-sided counters to help us. All right? So thinking back to our story, how many red counters did I have? Right, I had 5. So up on my board, I'm going to put 5 red counters. Count with me. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Now we're going to think about the yellow counters. How many yellow counters did I have? Right, there were 3. So I'm going to add 3 more to our board, right? So we have 1, 2, 3. Very good. All right, so now that we've written our parts and put them up there of red and yellow, we have to figure out how many in all. What do I do to figure out how many there are in all? Right, I have to put them all together. So when I count, I'm going to count them all up. Let's count together. I'm going to use my finger. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many did I have? 8. Very good. So we just used objects to help us solve this problem. Now you may have done it a different way. Maybe you used drawings. Let's do that one together, all right? So thinking back to our problem, how many red counters did we have? Right, we had 5. So when I'm drawing, you might be able to use circles or lines or different shapes that you can draw to help represent your thinking and the parts in the story. So we said 5 red circles. So I'm going to draw 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This represents my 5 red from our word problem. Now let's think about the yellow counters. How many yellow counters did we have in our story? Right, there were 3. So for my other part, I'm going to draw my 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I have to figure out how many we had in all. So just like we did with the objects and we put them together to count them up, I'm going to count up all the drawings that I drew. Let's count together and see if we get the same answer. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did we get the same answer? Yeah, we did. Awesome. So if we think back to our learning target, we had to use objects, drawings, and we're also going to use an equation. Now, equation's a fancy word. Everyone say that. Equations. Yeah, it's also a number sentence. It's a way we represent, and we can put it with our objects and our pictures. Kind of like when you're reading a story. All right, so if we think about the different parts in our story, how many red counters did I have? Right, I had 5. So I'm going to write a 5 up here. Then how many yellow did I have? A 3, right? Now we're trying to figure out how many in all, which told us we had to put it together. What symbol could I use to show putting together or addition, like in our learning target? Right, a plus sign. So we have a plus sign. So my equation reads 5 plus 3. We have to have that equal sign. And what was our answer? 8. So if we were to read our equation, it would say 5 plus 3 equals 8. Or we could say it as 5 and 3 is the same as 8. Boys and girls, you did an awesome job with this one. Go ahead and get set, and we're going to do another one together. Remember, as you are adding and in our equations, we want to make sure that we're trying all the different ways so we can grow our brains as mathematicians. All right, if you're ready for our next one, give me 2 thumbs up. Awesome. All right, here's our next one. Listen closely. I have 7 yellow counters and 2 red counters. How many counters do I have altogether? Take a moment of private think time and try and solve it on your own. I'm going to read it again. I have 7 yellow counters and 2 red counters. How many counters do I have in all? As you're thinking, I want you to think about what are your parts in your story? How can you represent them? What way are you using? How can we figure out how many are in all? All right, let's work through it together. First, we're going to start with our objects, okay? So, thinking back to our story, how many yellow counters do I need to get out? Right, I need to get out 7. Can you count with me? You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. So that's our first part. Our second part, how many red counters did we have? We had 2. Very good. So I'm going to put my 2 up there for my second part. 1, 2. So we have a part and a part. And we're trying to figure out how many we have all together. So we have to put our part and our part together to make our whole. So let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what's our answer? 9. Great job, boys and girls. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did awesome. All right, so now that we've shown it with objects, you think we can do it with drawings? Yeah, I think we can too. All right, so thinking back to our problem, how many yellow circles did we say that I had? Right, we said we had 7. So I'm going to use circles in my drawings to represent my yellow, okay? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my first part. Then I have to do my red. How many red counters did I have? Right, I had 2. So I have to draw my other part. So I have 1, 2. So I have a part and I have another part. What do we have to do? Right, we have to put it together to make a whole. So we're going to count up all of our drawings that we made and count them together. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is our answer the same? It is. The answer is 9. Boys and girls, you have shown it with objects. You have shown it with drawings. Now we have to write that equation. What could our equation be? Take a moment and think. What is our first number in our equation? Right, it's going to be 7 because that's our first part, right? So we have 7. Then what was our second part? Right, it's our 2 reds, the number 2. And we're trying to figure out how many are in all. So we have a part and a part. We're making it a whole. What symbol can we use to represent putting together as a whole? Right, the plus sign. So we have 7 plus 2 equals, and what has our answer been? 9. Well, let's double check. This time let's use our fingers just to double check. So we have 7, hold up 7, and 2 more. 7 plus 2 more is 9. You're so correct. So our equation reads 7 plus 2 equals 9. We could also say it as 7 and 2 equals 9. We have a part, which was 7, a part, which was 2, and we got our whole. Awesome job. All right, friends, I have another one for us. So let's go ahead and erase and get set for our next one. You ready? You guys are doing a great job practicing those mathematician skills. I'm so impressed. All righty. As we're doing it, I want you to see if you can do it in all 3 ways, just like our learning target says, all right? All right, if you're ready for our next one, go ahead and give me a hip, hip, hooray. Awesome. All right, here's our next one. I have 6 red counters and 2 yellow counters. How many counters do I have in all? Take a moment of private think time and think about it. I have 6 red counters and 2 yellow counters. How many counters do I have in all? Right, as you're thinking, think about what are our 2 parts? How are you going to represent them? What strategy might you use? How can you figure out how many there are in all? All right, you ready to work with this one out with me? All right, let's go. So let's first do it with our objects. You ready? So how many red counters do I need to put up on my board? Right, I need to put up 6 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. And then how many of my yellow ones do I need to do? 2. Very good. So I have 1, 2. So if we're looking at our objects that we have up there, we have our first part and our second part. How can we get our answer? Right, we have to put both the parts together and count them all up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our answer is 8. Very good, boys and girls. That is awesome. All right, now that we've done it with objects, let's try it with our drawings. Okay? What's our first part in our story? Right, it's 6. So how many circles do I need to draw? Yeah, 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my first part, right? Then, how many do I have for yellow counters? 2, very good. So I need to draw 2 circles, and that's going to be my second part. And then a part plus a part we put together makes a whole. So we're going to put both of our parts together. And how many do we have? Let's count them and see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. We have 8. So our answer. Did our answer change just because we chose a different strategy? No, it didn't. Awesome. So now that we have our objects and our pictures drawn, let's think about what that equation could be, okay? So if we have our first part, how many did we have? Right, we had 6. So I'll write a 6. And what was our second part? Right, it was a 2. Very good. And we're putting it together, so what symbol can I use? Right, a plus sign. And equals, so let's try it with our fingers. Are you ready? Let's hold up 6 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 more. 6, 7, 8. So what's our answer? 8. Very good. So our equation, let's read it together. Say 6 plus 2 equals 8. Awesome job. Kiss that brain. Great. So if we also could read it as 6 and 2 is the same as 8. Wow, boys and girls, you are some rock star mathematicians. Are you ready for another one? All right, let's get set for it. I'm going to erase my board, and you can go ahead and get set. This time, I want to challenge you. If there's a way, maybe that's a little bit harder for you to figure it out, I want you to try that way first. That's the only way you're going to grow your brain and your thinking to help you get better. All right? So when you're ready, stand up nice and tall. Jump 3 times for me. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Get set and let's get back to work. All righty. Here's our next launch. Are you ready? Listen carefully. Turn on those listening ears because mine kind of go down sometimes. Shh. Perfect. Okay. So I have 4 red counters and 6 yellow counters. How many counters do I have in all? You're going to use your private think time and think what strategies you could use. Listen again. I have 4 red counters and 6 yellow counters. How many counters do I have in all? As you're thinking, think about your parts in your story. How can you represent them with your strategy? How are you going to figure out how many are in all? I see that you all are thinking awesome. All right, let's do it together. You ready? All right, so first we're going to do it with my objects. So how many red counters did I say I had in my story? Right, I said I had 4. Very good. So I'm going to put up 4 red counters. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my part. How many yellow counters did I say? Oh, I have 6. All right, I got to get some more over here. Are you ready? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have my red parts and I have my yellow part. So what do we have to do? We have to put them together. We have a part and a part to make a whole. So if we counted it up, let's count it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome job, boys and girls. So what's our answer? It is 10. Whoa, if you used objects to help solve your thinking, give yourselves a pat on the back. You did a great job. All right, now, if you tried with drawings, let's work this one out together. And if you didn't, follow along, and maybe this is a new strategy you can use. All right, so how many red circles did I have? Right, I had 4. So I'm going to draw what? Right, I'm going to draw 4 circles. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have our first part. What color was our second part? Right, right, it was yellow. So how many yellows did I have? 6, very good. So now I have to draw those. What can I do? Draw 6 circles. Man, you guys are awesome. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have my first part drawn, and I have my second part. What do I have to do, friends? Right, I have to put them together. Part and a part makes a whole. So I'm going to count all of these up. I want you to take a moment and count on your own. Do we have the same amount as our objects? Yeah, we do. We have 4 and 6, and it makes 10. Good. All right, so now that we've done our objects and our drawings, let's think about our equation, our number sentence, okay? So remember, a part plus a part makes our whole right here. So what was our first part in our story? Right, it was that we had red counters and there were 4 of them. So I'm going to use the number 4 to represent it. Very good. Then, how many yellow counters did I have? Right, there were 6. So that's my other part, my 6. And so we had 4 and we had 6. We have to put it together. What symbol can I use? Right, I can use the plus sign to solve it. Very good. So we have 4 plus 6 equals, and what was our answers up there? It was 10. Let's see if we're right. You ready? Let's hold it up. 4, and then add 6 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, 10. You could have also held up the 6 first because it's bigger, and then just added 4 more on. So it equals 10. So let's read this equation together. Are you ready? 4 plus 6 equals 10. Right. We could also read it as 4 and 6 is the same as 10. Wow, boys and girls, I am so impressed with your thinking and your work today. You all showed and mastered that you can solve addition problems using objects, drawings, or equations. What I want you to do now, boys and girls, is I want you to go find somebody in your house so you can show what learning you did today, if it's using objects, drawings, or pictures. I hope you had a great time learning with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Keep working hard and learning so you can grow as great readers, writers, and thinkers. I love it. Bye.
Hello and welcome to another Music Brain Break with Mr. Middlebrooks. I teach at Calvin Donaldson Elementary School to students that are just like you every single day. So now, let's have some fun. Can everybody stand up? Can you stand up, please? You've been learning about math and you've been reading and doing all kinds of fun stuff. Now it's time to have some fun. Can you stand up? Ready? Put your hands like this. Nice. Now I'm going to sing. Do what I do. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. La 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 la. Nice job. This time, can you nod your head? Ready? Nod, nod, nod your head together. Nod, nod, nod your head together. La 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 la. Great job. This time, take your finger just like this. Touch your nose. Ready? Touch, touch, touch your nose together. Touch, touch, touch your nose together. La 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 la. Oh, good job. Take your hands like this. Go. Wave, wave, wave your hands together. Wave, wave, wave your hands together. La 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 la. This time, get real big feet. Ready? Stomp, stomp, stomp real loud together. Stomp, stomp, stomp real loud together. La 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 la. Good job. Hey, I have something really fun right here. Ready? What is this? This is a triangle. Can we all draw a triangle together? Ready? Get your pen just like this. Ready? Draw, draw, draw a triangle together. Draw, draw, draw a triangle together. One more. This is a circle. Ready? Draw, draw, draw a circle together. Draw, draw, draw a circle together. Good job singing today. Bye.